Ava Tyson, mastering the ancient art of lip sync while pulling faces like she's having a seizure. It's a solid reminder that not everyone is cut out for showbiz. Those funny faces add that special touch of I fell out of the crib as a baby that we all secretly love. Next up, maybe a tutorial on how to avoid public embarrassment on the internet. So you might have heard the whispers and the rumors swirling around. Kris Tyson, now known as Ava Tyson, the former bestie of none other than MrBeast himself, is in some seriously hot water. We're talking accusations that make you want to take a shower just from hearing them. Grooming minors? Check. Creepy obsession with explicit content involving kids? Oh yeah, we've got that too.
Because I am a woman.
Oh shit!
Ah, she, her.
You've never said that before, right?
I've never said that publicly, no. But I've been fully confident in that decision for over a year now.
The big reveal moment. Nothing says I'm a woman like dropping it casually into a conversation and watching Anthony Padilla's brain momentarily short circuit. It's like telling someone you just bought a pet dragon. The clapping is a nice touch too, because nothing says we support you like a polite round of applause, as if Kris just finished a middle school talent show performance. Let's rewind to the origin story. Kris Tyson, born Ava Kris Tyson on July 1st, 1996 in North Carolina, a place where wrangling gators could qualify as gym class. She skyrocketed to fame as the co-host on the MrBeast channel. You know, the one with more followers than Canada's Got Citizens. 163 million for the record. Kris made a name for herself by diving into challenges and pranks that make Jackass look like a tea party. Think more YouTube ads and even fewer brain cells.
My birthday, I want a little treat. I got this shirt today. Do you like it? I didn't want to do laundry yet, and I needed a shirt, and it was cute, and they had a 2XL, so I could get like an oversize. Love that.
What better way to celebrate than avoiding laundry and treating yourself to an oversized shirt? Because nothing screams birthday indulgence like buying clothes to procrastinate on basic chores. Honestly, if I had $1 for every time someone said, I didn't want to do laundry yet, I'd be rich enough to pay someone to do my laundry for life. Ava Tyson, better known to the online world as Kris Tyson, wasn't just a nobody in the YouTube universe. Nope, this person was MrBeast's former best friend and a staple in his videos. But just like a plot twist in a bad horror movie, Tyson's past is now under a microscope, and it's uglier than anyone could have imagined.
Ava's got 2 dogs, a cat, and a snake.
Well, there's carpet, and I'm getting rid of the carpet. I got a lot to do here, okay? It's very bare bones.
Ava's got the ultimate pet collection. 2 dogs, a cat, and a snake. It's like she's collecting animals like Pokemon. And then there's the carpet fiasco. Who knew carpet could be the biggest enemy in a house with a snake? Maybe the snake can help with the carpet removal? It's like a live-action episode of Animal Hoarders meets Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Imagine someone who could wrestle a gator, fix a truck engine, and still have time to prank his buddies. The transformation from this rugged persona to flaunting fabulous nails on Twitter was a shocker for many, causing internet chaos as if she'd announced the apocalypse.
That's funny. That's a duck playing the drums here. I'm playing it.
I wasn't ready. You can't just go from baby falling to duck playing drums. Like, this is so unfair. I care about my mother.
Maybe this was an epiphany. I mean, baby's living in his head rent-free already? Clearly there's been an evolution of tastes. One thing is laughing at them falling, because they're young. Another thing is sending them suggestive messages, where, guess what, they're still young. Nice progression, Kris. From harmless baby antics to, well, let's just say, less innocent pursuits. Keep those mental tenants in check next time. Back in the day, Kris was your standard issue country boy, tackling survival challenges with a rugged persona. Fast forward to now, she's fully embracing her femininity and proudly waving the LGBTQ flag. It's like watching a character switch from Survivor Redneck Edition to RuPaul's Drag Race.
Do not go into Area 51. Don't get near Area 51. We're trained professionals.
And alien cytology.
I watch the History Channel.
Telling us to avoid the place because, you know, he's a trained professional in alien cytology. Sure, Kris, we believe you. It's wild to think that the same person giving us this sage advice is later accused of inappropriate behavior with minors. Imagine the irony. Aliens are the least bizarre thing in his head. While he's busy warning us about extraterrestrial dangers, maybe he should have taken a moment to address the real-life issues brewing in his own mind. Kris, your priorities are truly out of this world. Time to hit the highlight reel. Kris and Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, launched their YouTube kingdom in 2012. Fast forward to 2018, Kris tied the knot with Katie Farquhar Tyson. By 2020, they added a mini-me, Tucker Tyson, to the mix. Then, just to keep things interesting, Kris dropped the bisexual bombshell on Twitter in November. The internet? It went more berserk than a squirrel on espresso.
This is $20,000 in cash, and this is a mountain of candy.
And this is Chris's son, Tucker.
I made this.
Chris, I think you see where I'm going with this.
Pick the money, boy.
Put Tucker dead in the middle, right here.
We've been working on this. Tucker, step.
Chris, with all the finesse of a science fair dad, holds up his son and proclaims, "I made this." Imagine thinking your greatest accomplishment is producing a tiny human just to throw him into a candy versus cash showdown. Who needs college savings when you can gamble your kid's future on his ability to resist sweets? Alright, here's the gist. Kris Tyson's epic journey of self-discovery and transformation. We're talking public coming out as bisexual, splitting from her spouse, diving into hormone replacement therapy, and updating those pronouns, all while flipping off public opinion and living her best life.
And obviously Jimmy played it up because Jimmy likes to be funny, but people are taking it out of context. And I do not love you. I do not love you.
Wait, roll back the clip where Chris...
Roll that clip. Roll that clip.
Ava's here to set the record straight. Again. Back in the day, Chris joked about loving Carl. And now that Ava's out and proud, the internet detectives are back at it. People are like, wait, maybe that joke wasn't a joke? Ava's got to clarify. I do not love you. Twice, just in case you missed it the first time. It's like watching a game of emotional dodgeball, where Ava's dodging rumors left and right. I mean, when your life's under a microscope, even the smallest joke becomes a potential plot twist. Nice try, internet, but not every joke is a hidden love story. But well, the baby living rent-free was also a joke, and he ended up having something for minors, so I guess we'll never know. Then came 2024 and boom, allegations dropped that Chris was sliding into a minor's DMs like it was an episode of To Catch a Predator live. MrBeast totally disgusted, as if he didn't already know that fame attracts every flavor of crazy. It's like being shocked that the sky is blue. The accusations against Kris Tyson are serious enough to make you wonder if he's ever heard of common sense. There are claims that he had inappropriate interactions with a young fan, who was just 13 at the time while Chris was 20. That's like mixing Mentos with Diet Coke. You know it's going to end in a mess.
This ain't true. And this screenshot is Kris Tyson talking one-on-one with him. And at this point, he would have been 16.
Diving into the murky waters of Chris and the infamous Discord screenshot. Apparently, Chris was chatting one-on-one with a 16-year-old, and back then, the kid was just 13. Chris, who was already in college, allegedly picking up the kid in a van and taking him to secluded spots. Because sure, nothing screams totally innocent like a college student with a van hanging out with a middle schooler. Honestly, Chris, with more than 18 years under your belt, you should be looking for a job, not making friends with minors. There's a line, and you didn't just cross it, you pole vaulted over it. The internet exploded when screenshots and social media messages surfaced, allegedly showing Chris in some very dodgy conversations. There's even a cringeworthy Snapchat incident where Chris supposedly sent a suggestive selfie. Who knew Snapchat could be used for anything other than dog face filters and food pics? Chris calls the whole thing bogus. The alleged victim, Ava Kris, says it's all nonsense too. But the internet? They've already lit the torches and pitched the digital pyre. Screenshots, videos, memes. It turned into a veritable buffet of accusations. The online mob was ready to feast.
Chris says, I posted some fire blank for you. Just a short 1 year later, Lava and Chris had direct contact through Snapchat. By 2020, again, they're having private Discord calls. Lava was added on Chris's Steam. Lava and Chris were so close, Lava could participate in a MrBeast stream that got 70 million views.
From sending exclusive Patreon content with a winky face to private Discord calls and Snapchat exchanges, Chris was doing the full social media tour. And then inviting this kid to a MrBeast stream with 70 million views. Just a casual day for a college student and a minor, right? It's like watching a bad episode of To Catch a Predator unfold in slow motion. Seriously, Chris, with all the ways you could spend your time in college, chatting up a minor and giving them VIP access wasn't just a bad choice. It's a catastrophic lapse in judgment. You'd think someone in university would know the basics. Homework, parties, and oh yeah, don't befriend children on the internet. Then there's the subplot featuring an artist named Shadman, whose work is so controversial it makes Game of Thrones look like a kid's show. Chris apparently thought it was a good idea to display Shadman's art in his living room. And we're not talking about tasteful landscapes here. Shadman's stuff is the kind of disturbing that gets you kicked out of art school and possibly placed on a watch list. Because why have a normal hobby like stamp collecting when you can plunge straight into the creepy depths of the internet?
You know, like Mall Cop?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry as shit, man. I mean, I would go extra large, but my girlfriend might get mad at me. But I mean, no, I'll do large though.
Imagine this. You're watching a feel-good MrBeast video, and bam, there's Shadman's infamous artwork making an unexpected cameo. It's like finding a ticking time bomb in a birthday cake. Given Shadman's rep for drawing underage characters in explicit contexts, this was a next-level oops moment. And with Kris already under fire for questionable interactions with minors, it's like they just handed the internet a magnifying glass and said, "Here, make it worse." Seriously, Kris, maybe keep the skeletons in the closet and out of the YouTube frame next time. And let's not forget the Twitterverse, where compassion goes to die and trolls thrive like cockroaches. The second these allegations hit, Twitter exploded with comments that made the Spanish Inquisition look like a tea party. Everyone suddenly became a moral authority, despite having usernames like @FartGoblin42. Meanwhile, the YouTube drama channels had a field day, producing enough content to fill a season of Law & Order SVU. The scandal became their bread and butter, each one milking it for every click and view possible. It's a wonder they didn't start selling popcorn on their merch stores. The internet lost its collective mind. Fans were outraged, throwing out lines like, "Is it that hard to avoid talking to minors?" And seriously, talking sexually to minors? Use your brain. Then, of course, the trolls had to chime in with their trash takes. Like, why is anyone shocked? Typical LGBTQ nonsense. Twitter, the place where empathy takes a permanent vacation. And then there's MrBeast himself, trying to keep his brand from going up in flames. He distances himself faster than you can say unsubscribe, hiring an independent investigator and booting Kris from the channel. Despite this, the rumor mill churns on, with former employees hinting that MrBeast might have known more than he lets on.
Just as of recently, 500,000 Discord logs regarding MrBeast and Kris Tyson's old Discord server have officially been released to the public, and it shows that not only was MrBeast a high rank in this server, but also himself engaged in inappropriate discussions around minors along with Kris Tyson.
Imagine diving into some old Discord logs and finding Kris having chats that are more inappropriate than a clown at a funeral, and MrBeast, the supposed saint of YouTube, claiming he had no clue. Yet the logs show him right in the mix. It's like finding out your kindergarten teacher moonlights as a bouncer at a nightclub. Kris, what happened to the good old days of handing out wads of cash and doing ridiculous stunts? Now it seems like you've taken a detour into Creepsville. And MrBeast, maybe your next big giveaway should be a tutorial on online etiquette and boundaries. This isn't the kind of plot twist anyone signed up for. Oh, we're not just talking about a makeover. We're diving into the deep end with a pedo accusation in the DMs to a minor. Kris's transformation is like watching a bull in a china shop turn into a dragon breathing fire and accusations. From rough around the edges country boy to a fierce, unapologetic diva in the LGBTQ community, Kris is living proof that caterpillars can turn into butterflies, with a side of online trolls throwing peanuts from the cheap seats. In the end, Kris's departure leaves everyone wondering how deep the rabbit hole goes. With social media in an uproar, it's a stark reminder that online behavior can boomerang back to smack you in the face harder than a brick in a Looney Tunes cartoon. So what's next for Kris Tyson? Maybe she'll launch a knitting channel, or join the circus. Whatever she does, you know we'll be glued to the screen. In the land of social media, the drama is endless, and we love every minute of it. Until next time, folks, keep your eyes peeled and your popcorn handy. This circus isn't leaving town anytime soon.